Alright, let's do some MGTOW commentary on this video. You can type in the title if you want to find it yourself. And we're going to put this in full screen. You can tell it's from the 90s. And this is a MGTOW thing. This is a men's right activist guy, PUA Ross Jeffries, and some feminist douchebag. An all-female audience. And let's do some commentary on this.
A man says women say one thing but mean another. Another man teaches other men how to get women into bed. And finally, one man says men need to learn to listen to what women want, what men really think of women today.
I don't think I've ever seen this show before. I mean, it probably came out like when I was a little kid, but this shit is so old, man. Look at this shit.
Hello, everyone. I don't know if you noticed by the shots that we're taking, but this is an audience of all women.
Oof. You get some, I know this is the 90s, but I think women have gotten better looking. You can definitely say over the last 2 decades, because look at that, man. I mean, look at the outfits, the hair. Ugh, disgusting. Good generation to be born in, I guess.
Today, we have invited them here for a reason, because we have 3 men with different points of view. These 3 men think they know what women think. And today, we will find out. Meet Ross Jeffries. He says he got
my nigga
tired of being Mr. Nice Guy and being dumped by women. So he changed his ways, and he wrote a book for other men who feel the same way. It is called How to Get the Women You Desire into Bed.
Up, there's the groans. There's the feminist groans. And the audience, they do on every single talk show. And by the way, it's pretty cool he got on a talk show. That's just free publicity for his book, you know?
This is Mel Fight. Mel says women say they want a sensitive guy, but the minute men get sensitive, women run the other way.
Hey, it's Kiefer Sutherland, everybody, if he was a meth head. Actually, I like that guy. He's pretty cool. Way too angry, but I like him.
And finally, Bruce Weinstein. Bruce says he is pro-feminist and pro-woman. He thinks men would be a lot better off if they only learned to listen to what women have to say.
And they just eat it up. Look at this guy. He looks like a Mr. Rogers. He's got to be a rapist. Kind of like a Ted Bundy type of thing. Aren't you getting that kind of vibe? He's got to be a serial killer. I think this is just a plot to kidnap girls. Look at this guy. Too creepy, man. Any guy that's pro-female, there's something wrong with him.
Well, Ross and Mel, I guess you already realize that your positions are in the minority here.
No surprise.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay out of this for a minute or two, and I want everybody. I'm just gonna fire off some questions, okay? Just so we get some answers. All right, and I may leave some of those balls hanging up there for you ladies to slam dunk later on.
I'm gonna put some balls in your mouth, bitch.
But that's your prerogative, all right? Ross, what do women really want?
I don't care what they want. I only care what they respond to. See, my focus is a little bit different from your other guests. There's what women say they want, there's what women think they want, and then there's what they actually respond to. I'm not an academic, I'm not a theoretician. I'm interested in what works on the street when it's time to date and mate. And what women actually respond to is not what they say they want.
So what do they respond to?
They really respond to a guy who's a challenge, a guy who's a question mark, a guy who keeps them guessing. You see, in the beginning, the less attractive you are physically, the more you have to rely on your attitude. And that's what I wrote my book for. I wrote my book for the average-looking, even ugly guy who goes out there in the real world and tries to be a nice guy, gets his head kicked in.
So no more Mr. Nice Guy.
You can be pleasant. You see, we got to define our terms. By nice, I mean accommodating. When you accommodate, you get what the commode gets. You get the crapola. You have to learn how to say no to a woman.
Yeah.
And you can tell that what he's saying is true. You can tell that some of the girls in the audience are probably like, you know, what this guy's saying is actually pretty true, but I don't want to agree with it. Because if I agree with it, that's going to make me look like an idiot. But this is back in the 90s, where now I'm pretty sure females are more acceptable now to admitting that they don't want nice guys. But this is back when, it was really just full of shit. Really full of shit, where no girl would admit every girl said they wanted a nice guy, But Ross Jeffries, I'm not familiar with his material. I never read it, but I like what he's saying here. He's definitely my favorite in this video.
As I said, I'm going to let a lot of these things hang, and you can all take them on later. But so this, I guess, attitude is your word. This attitude that you now have is more appealing to women?
The attitude is vastly more appealing. Basically, the attitude is, I make no excuses for what I want. And number two, I don't need you, you need me. Now, bear in mind, I don't verbalize it. Exactly. Now, you see this response here. You should never verbalize the attitude. You show it in your behavior.
You're sitting here pointing your finger at him. Stand up and tell us why you're pointing at him.
No, I was just saying that he's just got this prejudgment of what women are like, and I think what he should do is just develop his own self, and then he's going to find these relationships work better.
The sleazebag you see is the real me. I found the real me.
He did develop himself. He said he used to be a nice guy who got no pussy. Now he's an asshole who does get pussy. You understand?
Yeah. I think you've prejudged us. I mean, the audience's reaction at the top of the show showed that the women here have prejudged us. I think it's a sad comment on women that they respond to the kind of manipulative behavior that Ross is encouraging that men do. That's a sad comment on you. Listen,
you should develop yourself, and that should be a right person.
You know what I found? I found that the nice guys who, when I'm on the radio or TV, nice guys call up and go, well, it wouldn't be myself. It's the nice guy who's the phony, who's not being his real self, because he's afraid he can't do any better.
So you're going back to my point. All men are jerks?
No.
And some hide it.
Yes, all men are jerks. And why would they all clap for that? It makes absolutely no sense. So once again, these talk shows, even still to today, they're pretty much targeted at men. Maury Povich, Steve Wilkos, all these shows, Jerry Springer's kind of scripted, not so much, but they're pretty much targeted to make men always look like the deadbeats, the cheaters, the liars. But, think about all the episodes you saw on Maury when the girl was crazy and she lied and the guy wasn't the baby's daddy. I mean, look at this. Even back in the 90s, this is how it was, It's just targeted at men to make they're all jerks. What about the feminist guy? What about this guy right here? Is he? I thought they liked him. He's a jerk now?
What you just said is all men are sort of jerks, and some of them try to sugarcoat
what
it.
I'm saying
is that what you just said?
No, what I'm saying is,
I said I was going to stay out of it, and I can't.
What I'm saying is that there's a massive power imbalance in favor of women when it comes to dating and sex. And women, through their behavior, through showing men what they actually respond to, force men to act in a certain way.
Yes, there is a power imbalance in our society, but who wields the power? It is men who wield the power, and I'm here today to say that it is time for men to give up our power and authority and our privilege, because we have dominated women, we have dominated other men, we have dominated the planet for too long, and it has got to stop.
So this guy pretty much wants to pussify America. Think about if men gave up their power and let females run the country, we would all have leashes around their neck, including this dummy right here. And on top of that, he's the type of guy to just say this stuff so he can befriend as many girls as he can so he can stick his dick in there. You phony cocksucker.
Hold on a second. This is what women want. They want to hear this. Women want, what you want is you want to hear that we're jerks. You want to hear that we have all the power. The most important unspoken truth about men is that we are very angry. A lot of us are very angry at women. And this is a good example. You're showing why we're angry. You're not even listening. You don't want to listen to what we have to say. And I'm
afraid that they heard it.
I don't think they heard it all. And I think, the reason that men don't communicate about their anger, we keep it secret, is because when we try to tell you why we're angry, you respond with ridicule, with disbelief,
why are you angry?
or your own anger.
I'm not angry. I'm satisfied because I know how to manipulate women and get what I want. But let me say, his point is so preposterous. Get a shot of this audience. Every woman sitting here is sitting on more power than Con Edison pumps out in 10 years. You control the access to sex, and that is an incredible amount of power.
Now, he's right about that. Girls do control the power of sex because they have to consent. And look at them. Look at the smile on some of these girls' faces. Look at these three white chicks right here. Look at this old lady with the bad mullet. I mean, The host is even laughing with her awful checkered shirt, awful checkered suit jacket, even for the 90s. I mean, what he's saying is pretty fucking dead on.
Asks, the woman says yes or no. She has the power, and that makes, wait a second, let me make, a lot of men feel, you don't know this, but it's the truth, a lot of men feel powerless and degraded and dehumanized by the sexual system whereby the man asks and the woman decides. We feel harassed every minute of every day of our lives, and it's about time that you understand that.
When we look at wait, I'm sorry, 1 second, Bruce. Mel, stand up. Now, doesn't that invite harassment?
No. Harassment? No, but I don't understand. I like this men's right activist guy. I like what he's saying, but why? He didn't explain why he dressed like that. Did he dress like that to provoke people, or what was this? What was the message there? I don't know. It's just like a fucking Richard Simmons workout video, but I don't know.
Oh, what it invites is hypocrisy. What it invites is, you know, the fashion rage for women this year is a man's suit and tie. When you decide to ridicule me in my skirt, you gotta be kidding. You've gotta be kidding, Faith.
I don't like the length, and I don't think it matches the sweater is my problem with it.
Ooh, she just roasted him. And this lady right here on the right doesn't like it at all. She's like, that's not nice. That's special.
Wait a second. I said that when men stand up for themselves, what do they expect from women? Ridicule. You proved it, didn't you?
I did. I'm guilty right here. I admit it. I admit it. You have a question?
Yes, my question is directed to him. What's your name again?
Ross.
Ross. I think...
Oh, shit. It's one of those sassy alpha female black chicks. Oh, Peter's messed up now. No, you didn't.
She said that Ross. She said it Ross.
Ross, I think you're going to end up...
say it right. Ross.
Ross. I think you're going to end up a very lonely man.
I think you're going to end up lonely with those awful teeth. Oof.
But you got to understand, he says quite the contrary. He says he has a much better dating life, romance life, sex life now.
It's incomparably better. Yeah. I mean, you know, let's look at reality. The reality is that nice guys not only do nice guys finish last, they often don't even get into the race. And you want to talk about fashion. If a woman does like a nice guy, it's her way of making a fashion statement. It's fashionable for her to like that.
And Ross is absolutely right. Women have a lot of sexual power, and he has the courage to say that. He's making a mistake, though. He's encouraging men to simply surrender to that power. And I think, you know, if you're a man and you follow Ross's advice, you're going to get more sex, but you're going to have less self-respect. There are more important things in life than getting laid.
We'll all disagree on that point, but let me get to the commercial break, and we'll come back and find out why in a moment.
This shit was taped on a VHS. Man, this shit's old school.
And we're back. You have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I think that they just have had bad experiences with women, so they're just somewhat poisoned against women in general.
True?
Never fails. Every show we do, we talk about our feelings. Someone stands up and said, we've had bad experiences. You're trying to trivialize what we're saying, and I resent it. It's the hostility that men and women have for each other that's poisoning our relationships. We've got to be able to talk about it and listen to one another non-judgmentally.
I don't think I've been poisoned. I think I'm just doing what works.
Faith,
it's a matter of doing what works.
Excuse me. One thing the women's movement has taught me is to avoid speaking for other people. So I would like to ask you, if you think that men need to change in some fundamental ways and do a better job at listening to you, please clap your hands.
What's smarmy? Wait a minute.
And notice that every single female in this audience is clapping. So none of them are happily married. None of them are happily in a relationship. This is just fucking ridiculous. And this guy should be fucking stabbed to death.
This guy's like he's running for office here. He knows how to work the crowd, okay?
And you know the
I'm not interested.
But you know what? It's not a stretch for him to get this audience to agree with his point.
Wait a minute, but I am not interested in what applies in the mummified halls of academia. I understand
I'm not speaking as an academic. I'm not speaking as an academic.
Deeper. I'm talking for the little guy out there who gets his head kicked in and always winds up being the buddy, the big brother, and here is, let's be friends. You want a friend, lady? Get a dog.
Okay. And here's the thing.
That is such a good line right there. Especially even for the 90s. I mean, he was probably the only guy spewing this shit. Gotta give Ross Jeffries props.
Here's the thing you have to know about Bruce, Faith. Here's the thing that's important for women. There's something important for women to know about Bruce.
We just met. How do you know about him?
But he's doing something that men have done for centuries to women, and it always backfires. He's putting you up on a pedestal.
No,
He's keeping you
See, even in the 90s, they had guys like this putting bitches up on a pedestal. Damn, man.
free from criticism. I respect you enough to, if I think you're full of it, I'm going to tell you. He won't.
You know what men need to do? What the point of the women's movement is not to make everyone feminine. The point, as I understand it, is to make everyone whole. So what men need to do is reclaim the femininity that we've lost.
I can't believe you. I'm the one who's sitting here in a skirt. You're the one who's dressed in very conservative male attire. You haven't begun to question anything about masculinity.
I want to put women on a pedestal so I can look up your skirts. I mean, I don't have any problem with it.
There's an absolute...
I like Ross Jeffries here. He's just playing that alpha male role, and I guarantee you he's getting the pussies wet. Even her, look at her face.
Hey, Ross, let me just ask. One second, please. Ross, is there a woman in the audience that you'd like to ask out?
Pardon me?
Is there a woman in the audience you'd like to ask out?
I'm booked up for 1993. Sorry, ladies.
He is a fucking stud. Oh, shit. Here comes the out of shape, fucking pissed off. Look, she's got the eyes rolled in the back of her head already. Fucking housewife, probably doesn't even have a job. Getting ready to chew him out. Better get ready, dude.
You have a question?
Yeah, I'd like to know, when is the last time you had a real commitment with a lady? And did she respect how you treated her?
I cannot hear you.
Listen to that fucking accent. How you treated her? And on top of that, that's the problem with some of these people. They define success a relationship. Not everybody's looking for that. Success is what you want to achieve. This guy wants to achieve pussy, and he's doing it. He doesn't care about a relationship. You understand?
One more time.
When is the last time you had a real relationship with a lady?
What makes you think it's your business?
See?
My business? Well, you're sitting up there like you know everything about women.
And deal with the issues.
He just made a personal
hang
attack
on a
against
second,
me, and
Ross.
yet he's
I think
asking
it
me
is a
not to.
fair question, and I will tell you why I think it
Why
is a fair question, because you wrote this book saying you got the answers.
You know what?
The answers!
At the moment, I'm having lots of fun. I don't have a personal commitment to one person. Although I have been with someone I've loved for a long time, me.
Let me ask you.
I love that. See, look at this smile on his face. He's just having fun up there. And that's what they're going to make him the villain. So he's smart. He's going up there. He's like, fine, I'll be the villain. Have fun with it, man. I guarantee he probably got one chick in the audience probably threw him some pussy after this. He's too alpha in this, man.
Given that, let me ask you this. Do you care if a woman is satisfied the one that you're with?
It goes without saying she's going to be satisfied if she's with me. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm serious about one thing.
And why would that be offensive? She asked him a question and he answered it. You see the look on those two girls' face? He answered it. Why would you be offended?
I'm being a little obnoxious to get a response, but I'm serious about one thing.
Got it.
I honestly do believe that there's no better way a woman can win, spiritually, physically, emotionally, than being with me. I really believe that.
You
I really
didn't
do.
answer the question. Does it matter to you if the woman is satisfied?
Yes.
It does matter.
Because she's going to come back for more. Of course it matters. It's in my own interest to see that she's satisfied. It's chapter 18 in my book.
And it's pathetic. Ross's arrogant attitude works with women. I think it's pathetic.
But you seem to be putting the blame on women.
Well, he's been conditioned by women. This is the result. This is what you get. You get a fellow like Ross.
John, take a wide shot of the audience, please.
See, that's the thing. And Ross Jeffries is so good in this. This MRA guy is actually being his wingman, and he's making Ross Jeffries look even better in this. This is genius.
Put your hands down for a second. Take a wide shot of the audience. Does anyone here find Ross's approach to women appealing?
Oh, they're going to admit it. Come on, Faith. Come on.
Yeah, first of all, why would they admit it? Why would they admit it? They all just clapped and said that all guys are jerks. Why would they admit it? Look at them. They all look lonely and desperate. The type of girls that blow a guy at a bachelorette party.
Not good. Number one, what we have here.
What? I didn't hear that. What?
She said we don't even find Ross appealing.
What we have here is a phenomenon called denial. That's what we have.
I think Ross is denying something very important here.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Follow through the audience. What are you screaming about? You just threatened me. Stand up here. Why did you threaten me to come over here with a microphone immediately? Stand up.
Okay, because first of all, I find this...
What the fuck kind of fucking haircut is that? Now listen, I know that some black chicks have these goofy haircuts. They can do a lot of things with their hair. I understand this is the 90s, so that combination is kind of like... But seriously, what the fuck is that fucking bird's nest goofy militant haircut you got. Half of your head is shaved. This is just cringing right here.
A little preposterous. You know, you're sitting there and you're putting us down to a certain extent, and what you fail to realize, both of you, okay, is that without your mothers, you wouldn't be here. There's this,
Positive about father.
You have your turn. Hush. I'm not done. I am not done.
You've had your say for 25 years, and I'm not going to let you shout me down.
No, moving right along.
Say something about fathers.
Moving right along.
You hate
Yeah, say something about fathers. Say something like, you know, even though we all came out of a vagina, we also were in balls first, right? We all were in some dude's balls, and then we got shot in the vagina. Why don't you talk about that, huh?
Father? Fathers didn't have to carry you,
You
for
hate
9
your father?
months. That's
Do you
not
hate
the
your
question.
father?
Moving right
She doesn't have a father. She's black.
Say something nice about
I
your
think
father.
that you're very, excuse me. Oh, I must have hit a nerve. Is your
You
skirt too
did. You
tight?
said something very
Moving right
anti-man.
along, as I was saying to you,
I'm
right?
listening to you.
I think that you're a very sad individual, let alone you're not even getting any p. Let's get real about it.
Oh, she told him off. I think she said, what did she? Oh, it was like a 3-letter word, puss. She said punane. You can't say punane, whatever she said. Man, this show is so old. And look at the grannies in the audience. Look, it's like the Apollo. She killed. Look at that. They're like, oh my God. This lady has not reacted to anything right here. See where my mouse cursor is? She's just like listening to this like, oh, this is sad.
Just from listening to you, right? Wait a minute, hold up. Just from listening to you, baby sugar, I can tell that you are using the 5 fingers of death, okay? And you really need to get real with yourself and others.
Damn, she just called him a masturbator on national television. She roasting this nigga.
I'm very sorry. I have to get to a commercial break. I have to get to a commercial break here. I have to say that I'm not sure if spelling it will qualify with the censors. I'll be interested to find out if spelling it makes a difference with the censors. We'll be back. Well, we are back, and you had something you wanted to say.
I have a question for Ross. How do you define a relationship?
You're not gonna
Because
spell,
all
are you?
it sounds like is that you define it as sex. If that's all you're looking for, get a prostitute and leave the rest of us alone. We don't
But that's great. Speak for... This girl looks confused. Like, what did I just clap for? But yeah, she just said that, you know, leave us all out. So you're all looking for the same thing? There's not one girl out there just looking for dick? And why does he have to do what you say? That makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense.
Faith, thank you. That's an intelligent question. Let me answer it. Here's your answer. Doesn't matter whether you're looking for one steady relationship or a lot of women. Whichever one you want, you still have to use the attitudes I outline in my book to get it. If you're weak, if you're a wimp, if you're too happy to be there, if you want to wash her car and be her wimp, you're not going to get a lot of women. You're not going to get one woman. You won't have a steady relationship. You won't have one-night stands. It applies no matter what you're looking for.
Yeah, do anybody agree with that?
Why do you keep asking the audience? They're not gonna fucking admit that. They just said all men are jerks. Your fucking stupid Midwest fucking accent.
But the men watching this know I'm telling the truth. I don't care. I really don't care what they think.
The men do know
So
each
you know
other.
what my fear is that the men watching this might believe you.
Well, they do believe
but
me.
they
I have
don't.
fans
Faith,
all over the country. They
Absolutely
write
not.
me in
For
my
example, Faith, Playboy magazine
Shut up, faggot.
bills itself as entertainment for men, but I'm here to say that a lot of men do not consider it entertaining. We don't think it's entertaining.
You actually led a boycott against
Yes, I led a
Playboy on your
protest and a boycott.
campus
Yes, ma'am.
when they came to shoot the what college girls
The
of the East or
October
whatever
Women
that
of
is.
the Big East issue. And we wanted to send a message loud and clear that a lot of men don't consider this a form of entertainment and that it's important for us to set a good example for people and simply not to buy pornography
Why
and
do
let
you want to
people know
deny-
that this is unacceptable
Why do
behavior.
you...
What happened to this guy? Did he get raped by a bunch of like big lesbian female prison inmates or something? I've never heard a mangina this big in my life.
want to deny male biology. This is, see, part of the intellectual bankruptcy of feminism is they want to deny the reality of male human biology. It's male human biology to become aroused looking at beautiful naked women.
You want to repeal the First Amendment?
That is biology.
The fact that something is natural does not mean it is good. The Hurricane Andrew is natural, but we don't want to say that it's good.
Male sexuality is good. This audience.
Look at this fucking... Well, look at the fucking look on her face. Look at the smugness on this broad's face. Just looking over like, I can't believe I'm listening to this. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna tell my husband everything I heard. Ugh.
Having an orgy now. You're getting off on the man bashing. There's no...
I love this guy. I love how he stirs the pot. But he's right. All their pussies are wet. Ross Jeffries is getting it wet, folks.
There's no... Can anybody say anything positive about men? Let's just one person say something positive.
Wait a minute. No, I don't think... Well, hang on one second. I don't think that these women are all bashing all men. I think that they disagree with your points of view.
No, you just said earlier they're all jerks. They're not bashing men.
Don't confuse it.
Let them say something positive about men.
Okay, satisfy him. Have him pipe down on it. Say something positive.
It's not positive.
Pick up their
Oh, here comes fucking Shamu over here.
socks. Just say they pick up their socks.
Pick up your socks, first of all. Second of all, the one in the middle who's in a dress. If you have such an attitude toward women and you feel how women are, why do you want so much to look like one?
He's trying to prove a point.
Wait a second, Faith, hold it. No, I was attacked. No, I want this woman to stand up. I want people to see what she's wearing. Sport coat, and an oversized sport coat and a pair of pants. Why are you dressing like a man?
This is not a man's jacket and pants.
Shame on you for attacking
shopping
me.
In the women's
Shame on
department?
you for attacking me.
Yeah, that's right. You tell her. She's dressed like a man, a big fat man.
All right, over here.
This is for Ross.
Oh, shit. Another sassy black woman that don't take that shit. Oh, no. You just walked down the wrong alley here, boy.
You got a real nasty attitude towards women.
Yeah, you never fucked a guy for having a bad attitude. Yeah, you only fuck nice guys, right, broad?
And that's why you ain't got none.
Let me
you don't know what they want. You don't know nothing about.
You ain't got one. What does that mean? And why are people clapping? They don't know. They know this guy gets pussy. You can tell by the way he talks. So why would they clap for that? Got one what? It makes no sense. What are you talking about? You goofy haircut? What's up with these fucking goofy haircuts?
Women, you need to talk to one from the heart.
Right.
And talk.
Yeah, he did that before. That's his whole point. Every guy did that before. It didn't work. You don't want a nice guy, you idiot.
Talk to him.
You know, if you're going to sugarcoat it and beat around the bush, how can we have a discussion?
Stop trying to figure him out because you can't figure him out. And you with a dress, how you expect women to listen to you?
Let me respond to her.
Yeah, somebody said that already. You're pretty much just stating the obvious. You got nothing to say. Now sit down in your fucking church outfit and listen.
Look at you.
I'm angry. Let me respond. I'm angry.
Let me respond. She started with me. Let me respond.
Y'all talk about Playboy this and Playboy that. All y'all want is success.
Well, the feminist guy brought up the Playboy.
Y'all don't want no women. Y'all want sex.
Let me.
So what? Yeah, get over it. Men want sex. You don't like it, become a lesbian or sew your cunt shut.
I don't want sex.
I'm sorry, I'm getting the commercial cue. We have to take a break. We'll come back, and I will let you respond when we come back. Very little time left. Ross, you wanted to respond quickly?
Do not make the mistake of thinking that I enjoy having to behave this way. It's simply women have taught me that this is what they respond to. I used to be nice. I used to be sweet. I used to be sensitive. I used to listen. I dated my left hand when I did that.
And now.
Yeah, why would they take this guy? He's the expert. I mean, as far as he actually tried this stuff, how can women put a guy down when they don't even know what it's like to deal with themselves? They have no fucking idea. If they knew how difficult they fucking were, they would totally be on this guy's side. But they all think they're fucking sweet, and they don't realize how fucking crazy they are.
You know, and I used to be more feminist than most feminists. Now I consider myself a recovering feminist now because now I see how women react. Anytime a man stands up for himself, this is what you do. It's disgusting.
Finally, men have oppressed women for too long, and it has got to stop, and that's what I'm here to say.
Why do women run the publishing business?
Women don't run.
Wait a minute. Women run the publishing business. Why have I been banned from every bookstore and have to publish it myself? Women run the publishing business.
Because you've written a horrible book, that's why.
Okay, now that part was funny right there. I gotta give the guy at the end, the feminist guy. He said you read a horrible book, that's why. But anyways, that'll conclude the video. You can find it right here, 1992, an MRA, PUA, and a feminist. It sounds like a fucking street joke, doesn't it? An MRA, a PUA, and a feminist walk into a bar. But that'll conclude the video. I hope you guys liked it. And try to find really good MGTOW videos. And keep posting them because I love these. These are awesome. I can't get enough of them.